The storm has passed and we can finally have a look at the new variant. We're on a wind farm, and as you would have seen before, we now can collect a new resource, copper. And you can kind of see over there's a nice little red artifact, which will obviously be the thing that we need to scan at this new location.
Detected new objects requiring scanning.
New objects requiring scanning. So if we have a look at our studies list, we might as well have a look at the wind farm variants. We've already got the copper, we've been grabbing them, but there'll be a circuit board, there'll be helium, and a wrecked radar. So we can actually see that here. Now this is actually going to be quite critical, having the radar, because you get a little thing that shows you all of the, well, even the ones that you've actually visited, it shows them, but at least for the ones that you haven't visited, they're quite bright with their beacons on that radar, so you get a bit of an idea of where you can go that you haven't actually visited yet. But we got the helium, and we just got to find a circuit board now, I guess. But at the very least, inside there's probably some more copper, and I will try and grab as much as I can. It's a shame that much later... Oh, there's actually another one out there. It's a shame that you can't actually get the handheld processor for quite some time, because it would be quite handy in these sort of scenarios. Machine parts, and it's quite a lot of copper there. We'll get that in a moment. This one's not locked, that's good. I've run into situations, there's actually a lock, and we haven't actually come across it yet. We probably will soon enough. As soon as I find out where the double beacon one that I missed was. Better not be any bloody creatures hiding this time. Can't hear any. But yeah, they can have locks on them. Ooh, a blueprint. And yeah, the locks, you need the crossbow or the knife to be able to break it open. There's that circuit board. So we have discovered everything. Just make sure we don't miss anything in this scavenging hunt, because it's all very, very useful at this point in time. Okay, oh, more helium. Helium's quite... well, at the start you feel like you need heaps and heaps of it, and you're always short, and then once you've made everything that it requires, it falls off a cliff in terms of its usability. You can make fuel out of it, but even then you don't need to. You use it to kind of create the bigger balloons and things like that, but as soon as you've done all that, that's all over and done with. So at the start you're like fighting for it, but then all of a sudden it's just like, okay, I'm done now. We might as well just discard the helium. But we can see the pathway that I took here. I can't see the other double beacon, but yeah, these are all communication towers. That question mark there, that is a location which is unknown. So it's a variant of an existing one, or potentially a new variant of a pillar that I haven't seen before. Hi, yes, you're damaging my ship. Stop it.
Critically damaged.
Oh, that's not good. Which module got critically damaged? It's weird, like if I go back down to the height that you initially work at, it doesn't damage the ship. When you come up to 250 like this, the things actually hit the ship and damage it. It's a slight vagary that I was not so sure about, but it's just what you have to deal with. Now, why don't the things hurt you when you're down below? I feel like the higher you get, the less damage you should take. Although, you know, when you do actually get very high up, you don't take any damage at all. But then you're prone to the storms. So, you know, it's a bit of a trade-off, I guess. Then we get back here and we have a look at stuff. So I can make helium fuel. I do want the tool charger, I think. And this is the handheld extractor, but you've got to get to the Underdust before you can even get that. So while you might get this early on, you can't actually do anything with it. We can now use the airship builder and actually expand. We might go with... A balloon core is getting the second balloon, but we might go with the expansion first up. So we'll learn that one. And then I'll get some of the other stuff too.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started.
Okay, we've discovered a new location. An overgrown tower.
Detected new objects requiring scanning.
This one kind of annoys me, and I kind of get it at the same time. And the stuff is all down there. Is there a... So, yeah, we're dealing with bugs that we can't actually defeat because we haven't actually got the necessary tools. And that's been a bit of a change since the patch, and there's potentially a bug up there. Actually, no, there are some... they're like thorn bees, I think they're actually called. or thorn hornets, I can't remember exactly what they are. But the problem is this one. I might as well scan it because we've got the opportunity, right? But to be able to cut these thick creepers, to be able to get inside there, I need a knife, and I won't get the knife for a little bit. And so you end up having this tower that you have to backtrack for if you actually wanted to come back and get it. You don't have to though. That's probably the other part to this. Scan that lobster chili. Might as well grab one of them. But yeah, you can't do anything here, right? Because you don't have the knife, so you can't get into that spot. There's a couple of interesting little things, but yeah, I don't like the idea that you have to actually come back when you kind of really at the very start of everything. And I'll take a bruised flower just for the hell of it. It's not really something I want right now. And yet, because of this, I can't scan inside, so I can't scan that last item. I don't know if I need it. We are not a wind, not a radio, and we're not a communicator. I didn't think it was any of those. I guess it's a radio tower. Yeah, bruised flower, thick creepers, and that's it. So we've actually already finished scanning all the actual relevant things. It's just that there's all these other things here that we can't actually touch until we get a knife. It's the same with a lot of things, and even the resource that's actually up here. Yeah? You can see the bees there, kind of flying around. That's its nest, which is there. That gives honey. The honey's really, really useful. It's actually quite nice, but I can't get it. It's locked from my capabilities right now. Nice. So what that's done for me as well, once the to-do list goes out of the way, my maximum capacity is now 900 instead of 500. So, you know, once I get the second core up there, that'll have a total ship weight of like 1800. It's going to be brilliant. It seems like I'm low enough, which is good. And so the tower there is probably going to be getting struck rather than me. I was a little bit worried about that. That's good.
Virus infection detected.
Yeah. Well, apparently I contracted pyrexia, even though my immunity was actually quite high. Now, pyrexia, the first virus we've actually encountered, it's not a crazy one. We can actually have a look at the little blurb while I'm talking about it. It makes you use your stamina more. So it's not a crazy one. You do get kind of like a little bit of a blurry vision. And what ends up happening is you can get it by eating certain foods. At least I thought you could get it from eating foods. Ah, yes, the canola. Right, so if you eat the canola flour, you can actually get it, or you basically have low immunity and you hang out in the rain. In this case, my immunity was only partially down, and it's been enough to actually contract the virus. It's not a big deal, as I said. Like, it's, you know, you use your stamina more, but you can rest, you can eat, you can still move around, you can still run. So the negative effects of the pyrexia isn't too crazy. And I'll just keep doing what I was going to do here. Basically just rearranging things while I have the chance. Well, this is actually quite an interesting one. I suspect that I've actually gotten myself turned around the wrong way that I didn't really want to go, or maybe they've changed the map for all I know in the patch. But this one here, with the three green lines, so this is a greenhouse tower, but this one's been overgrown with growth, and this is kind of like the last tower that's available in the map right now, which is the reason it doesn't actually appear on the map, because I'm not actually supposed to discover it yet. Obviously you can just go and visit them, but I don't have the necessary equipment to be able to deal with that tower just yet. So yeah, it's interesting to see that I'm passing by that point at this time. But really, the one that I want, which is 1.57, there's another green tower there. I'm not sure that's the one I'm going to, because I should be heading that way. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the map right now. I feel like I started off and got myself all turned around in a way that I shouldn't have. It's all irrelevant in the long run, because you can pretty much do what you want anyway. So while the map is somewhat fixed, it's still open world enough that you can just do what you want. Alright, we've finally arrived at the new location. Let's just park it here. So this is basically a greenhouse, or at least I believe it'll call itself a greenhouse. We'll land and it'll give it a name.
Uncharted area.
Overgrown glass house. Alright, so this is where we'll get the polymer. It's a very important milestone. So this kind of opens up all of the stuff that I couldn't get before by actually getting to this place. And we might as well have a look at our studies, and we can actually have a look. We've got various foods like the colander and the canola. That was one of the ones that was signified as getting a virus to us. And we'll get polymer, epoxy, the barrel's relevant, but we're going to get an upgrade station, which is also very important. So at the moment I've got the 2 turbines, and I've put 2 engines on the back. But really I need to take it to the next level. And so by upgrading these things, because I can obviously put more turbines on, but it'd be nicer if I don't have to keep attaching things. And if you upgrade these, you get the extra height without having to build new equipment. And we can upgrade the engines too to go a bit faster. And really I should probably outfit this a little bit more, but I want to explore all this first. And there's a lot of glass up there too, which will mean that I can outfit everything here with windows, which will also be fantastic. We've got lots of water, but apparently I need to go and sort out some food. But to be honest, I mean, I can always just go up there and get food. There's lots of it up there. Let's check out what we got. No dangerous bugs, which is alright. We might as well go over here, because this is where we'll get our new equipment. Nice bright red item to scan. Inside there is a thorn thingy nest, so I can't get in there anyway because I need the knife to be able to break in. So really what we want to do is we want to avoid them. There's our colanders. We're going to need the colanders. Can I scan them? Let's just scan them. I'm going to need them for some research stuff, but for now, yeah, there we go. It's told me I need it for a filtering bottle. It's part of the upgrade station. We get our barrels of plant oil. You can convert that into polymer. But the more important thing to find, there's the epoxy. There they are. Already pre-made stuff. And that's really what we want. Because that will allow us to shortcut a bunch of stuff without having to actually craft it. Because I think it's like 10 or 20 synthetics plus the plant oil will make a polymers, which means you go through your synthetics like crazy. So I will get some of that oil, but I'll wait till I get a bigger bottle. Alright, and this one looks inaccessible. So basically with these types, there'll be a wall piece, and I can't see it on this side, but there's a wall piece that needs to be harvested. Maybe I can see it from here. Yes, that one there. This one's got bars. You can see there's a crisscross of the bars, and the door over there, or the metal over there, doesn't have any. So I need to use the airship to destroy that wall, then I'll be able to get into that room. So everything in there is not accessible. The one downstairs is not accessible until I actually get a knife. And I think that might actually be all the polymer rooms, because everything up here is all the plant stuff. So we might change tact there. And we're going to grab at least 5 plant oil, because that's all I have for an empty bottle. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be farming plastics, and we're going to be crafting polymer, so that we can get the next level of gear and go on from there. And, you know, I've got to get up to the top as well, which will give me where all the plants are, but also progress the quest. Alright, we finally have it. The knife is crafted. I want to get the crossbow as well. Might not have enough juice to make enough polymer to get the crossbow. We're definitely going to try and get it, even if I have to go back and get more plant oils. Because with that crossbow I can kill off the hornet's nest, and I can cut open all the vines with the knife. Everything has opened up at that point. So we need 5 more polymer, which I don't have enough stuff. That's alright. There should be more up there that I can work with. Alright, something that I didn't expect happened. Happened. I logged off, saved, quit, came back to pick up where I'd left off, and the bloody configuration of the tower changed. The creatures are in there. This first floor didn't have 2 buildings, it only had 1 building last time, I believe. But I wonder if it's because I got the thing, and so when you save and load, it unloads the first quest tower. I don't really know, but yeah, so things aren't the same anymore. I don't mind, but it's a bit of a weird situation to be in, where the map can actually, well, the actual tower configuration can change between saving and loading. Anyway, we can now chop open those vines, which is bloody brilliant, and we can shoot that thing and pick it up. We now have thorn bee honey. We can cook that up, and it's actually really good for food and energy. I believe you can also use it in ingredients, and you can use it for research with viruses and things like that. Now, it sounds like there's another one over there. But there's also another creature in here. Where is it? Aha, the tick.
The system has dealt with viral infection.
Of course you have. The lulling grass cricket. Now, by itself, you can see that it gives food, but you lose energy and immunity. When you cook that, that becomes one of the best immunity foods that you can get. A bunch of these things, these can be quite useful. You get different foods or energies out of using them. I don't really want any of it. There's even a patat, I think it is, which is obviously a different name for a potato. We will want these eventually, especially once I get the virus sample station. You use a lot of these things, and you can cut down the canola plant here. Obviously it just came up there. I can make a different insect lure, but these give 3 biomass as well as the canola flour, and so chopping all of these down when you're here is very useful for basically making the biomass fuel, which is a medium level one. Alright, well anyway, let's get the quest stuff done. Chop all these open. We'll talk a little. Oh, did I bring one up here? No. Well, that's annoying. Alright, chop, chop, chop. All good. So yeah, we got a computer, it's offline. We'll take some pictures, why not? There's a bunch of bruise flowers up here, there usually is. But yeah, the idea here is that you follow the cable goes up the top there. If you climb up top, you'll watch the cable go all the way over here, come back down into this hidden spot here. So what we'll do is we'll come all the way up to the top, and we'll steal... Oh, look at one of those, nice. This is a new addition, we'll have a look at that in a sec. But we're just going up to the very top. I'm going to steal the battery. Lights are gone, yeah, so be it. That's alright. I should be able to find my way back here if I really need to come back. So we can use our repair kits. No, not going to let me. I noticed this, I was able to repair them before with the repair patches, but it's no longer a thing, and I'm guessing that you need the repair gun to be able to repair them, but I don't have a repair gun, so that's a later item as well. Alright, computer's online. We can now use the computer to see about the flower breeding test results, which will give us a location. So we now have a new spot, and this should be the entrance to the Underdust. Alright, we're here at the next destination. I'm actually wondering if I'm actually flying high enough at this point. Hoping that I am. It's going to be bloody close. Whoa, yeah, we're just going to squeak on. Very, very good. So this is the surface lift down to the Underdust, which is our next location. Yes, the analysis away, but we should have a look at what the Underdust has to offer. We're going to have a new mechanic with the oxygen coming into play in just a moment, but I do need to make sure I empty my bags out here and get myself properly set up with enough water and food supplies, amongst other things, for going down there. I think I need a battery at the start here. Oh, no, I gotta get one. Oh, it's alright, they give you one. No power, of course there isn't. So we've got to do a little, ooh, you'll have that. Theft of food. They obviously locked people up when they steal food, which kind of makes sense in such a destitute environment. The cable goes round and round and round, so you have to drop down, plug the power in.
Radio message received.
Very, very good. Get to the laboratory. That is the main aim right now. Now what we get here, there's a rather interesting thing that they actually do here, an organic printer, which is slightly different to the one that we have, but we can make crossbow bolts. We can make an organic med kit from some of the items that we actually find down there. Synthetics just make empty bottles as usual. But the one that we can't make yet is a bigger oxygen tank. We've actually got to find that and learn it. And you get a bunch of crates here too. This is actually quite useful. Let's get started. Now, this is a quasi-loading screen, so it gets a bit framey as you're going down. But that's alright. But yeah, we get lots and lots of storage for all the items we're about to find down there. But we're going to have to get up and down several times because we're going to learn stuff. And we're going to want to make that stuff, and then we're going to want to bring it back down so that we can do more stuff. So it's quite involved in the Underdust. At least initially. Right, so this spot that we're in now is this kind of like the safe spot. You've got oxygen that actually is pumping into the lift. So as long as you come back here, you can always get more breath. But here, yeah, we're in the toxic zone, and we have an oxygen bar down the bottom that's now progressing. And here's one of those locks that I was trying to find before it wasn't there. And I knew I didn't need to bring crossbow bolts because there are going to be heaps lying around everywhere. Alright, and this energy crystal. This is the resource that we wanted. And this gives us our handheld tool. Oh, that's right, there's tons of polymer down here. So we're going to be collecting a lot of stuff. Scan this. So these crystal batteries, once you actually put a crystal battery into this item, it starts generating oxygen. So you have like little oxygen waypoints that you can create for yourself. But I'm right near the start, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
Warning, entering into toxic zone.
The main thing we need to do is we've got to get to the lab, and there's a secondary point we've got to get to which will give us the bigger oxygen tank. They're the main things that we're actually looking down here for. There will be another point where I need to learn stuff. Oh, that was a transformer. That's really good. It's not just the bigger air tank. Bigger air tank, there's the lab stuff we've got to learn. And to get past some places, we need some very specific items. We have to learn immunity boosters and things like that. Or it's not actually immune booster, it's a cold. You give yourself hypothermia so that the hostile plants in here can't see you. But we'll worry about that when we come across it. I haven't seen that before. That's like a beefed up hornet nest. Wow, that's new. Ooh. I wonder what that'll be like. Keep an eye on my oxygen, eh? Oh, I want to come back here once I get the extractor. We really need that bigger oxygen tank as well. But, one thing at a time. Alright, let's go back and do it. Alright, extractor. We got the transformers, we got the polymer. We just need a crystal battery, which we've just learned how to make. And a crystal battery is energy in plastic. Well, we can do that. We might as well make a couple. One's going to make this lovely new tool. We do find batteries down there, but it's changed a little bit. Obviously, there's new things that I haven't seen down there before. We'll find out whether there's still the same level of items down there as there was before. Okay, we need the extractor. We need to break this wall down. Okay, moving through.
Detected.
Plastic. Don't want to break that down. Okay, scanner. Get a crystal battery. Yep, spare crystal battery. It's exactly what it was before. The reason why they do that is because as you're coming around here, you're obviously quite far away from your start point. You want to have an oxygen point. So the game actually just naturally gives you one as you're exploring this place, which is nice. You don't have to constantly carry heaps and heaps of stuff around with you, at least when you're initially exploring. Alright, we're just about there. Okay, oh, there it is. The virus analyzer. And then these medical reagents. So I got caught out with these last time too. We'll talk about them in a moment. Just while I search for everything, pick everything up. I don't know if I want to use it there. I only got 2. I thought there was meant to be 3. There's more up. Oh, fine. We'll use it. Thanks. Oh. I didn't even look to see that I actually had to do that. Apparently it was on my bucket list. Alright. last time I was here, I got 3 of these medical reagents, not 2. So to only have 2 is a little bit weird. If the recipes are still the same, those reagents are what are used to make the injections, the boosters. And the last time I was down here, I spent more than 10 minutes, which is how long the booster lasted for. Oh, polymer. Oh, I love it. Does it really only take 1? That's just a normal thorny bee. Scanner, that thing. Okay, filtering deck. Very good. Okay, so here we are. We have the hostile plant. This one here. Scan that one. So this ice dew, we need the hypothermia booster to be able to get past it, because as you get close to it, it'll start targeting you, right? And the whole thing there is it's using heat to do so. So we need something to overcome that. Okay, up we go. Let's see what we can research, what we can make. Okay, so this is the thing, right? So medical reagent. I can research the medical reagent, but I've only got 2 of them. Maybe you can put you in the corner there. Bonk. Check viruses menu. Right, we need photophobia, isn't it? Rewards hypothermia booster. Yep, that's the one I want. Okay. Have a crystal battery. Analyze. So this game here, or this little mini game, I do like it. Basically, at 3 different levels. Shush. Okay, let's just work through it. Okay, so small, medium, and large, right? So there's various sizes of the virus in the image. So you choose one and see what happens. So obviously there's 3 small, so we can isolate them and keep the one that we want. Right, you then move on to the second stage. We'll have to do 1 and 2 this time. So we've got quite a lot of mediums, a large. You can sort of see there's a little shape inside some of these, and that's actually relevant. So large would get rid of what we want, so we can't do that. We could do medium. It's going to isolate quite a few, so we might actually do medium. And then with the EMF, you can see here that there's a positive, negative, and uncharged. I don't know what uncharged really looks like, but we can basically go, alright, anything with a negative charge we'll just get rid of, and it should get rid of them. Alright, and then lastly there's the pH. And so you've got to do this until you actually analyze the virus. Your sample is never destroyed if you fail at this stage, so it's not that bad a thing. If I do that or that. So colors are definitely relevant here. This time, the color is the pH. We don't want green at the end of the day. So we'll get rid of the smalls. Yeah, that one will work. There'll be purples left over, which will give us our alkaline, and we'll be able to get our virus. Alright, hypothermia booster done. We can now make booster. We need a photophobia virus again. One of the nice things about this is that if I analyze a virus that's already been done before, it just does it straight away. And here is where the kicker actually comes into it, right? So I need a medical reagent to make my hypothermia booster. This is going to last 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to make sure I do things in a prompt manner once I actually activate the hypothermia booster. But I need to research one medical reagent to be able to learn it, but then the items to get the next medical reagent require a medical reagent, because you've got to make another booster to be able to get to that area, unless they've changed things, which is why I kind of needed a 3rd medical reagent. I'm hoping, really hoping, I'll find more down there. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. Alright, we're on. That should be like it's not a dead end. I feel like that was a dead end before. Is this a new spot? Ooh. Oh no, this was here before. It's just a resource gathering spot. If you wanted a ton of plastic. Ah, right. It's the new item. Forgot all about this. It's the repair thrower and the foam. That'll come in handy later on.
Oxygen level is.
That's where I just went. So this is the last option. Alright. And here's the quest point. This gets really weird here.
Look out.
Shook. Don't get this. But yeah. Look at you guys.
I can't always stop. You need to prepare yourself well. From this point on, you will be on your own. But I am watching you closely.
But who are you? Were you the AI? So the voice sounded slightly different, right? Read. Heart of Nature. It's all good. But yes, this is what you're down here for. This gland is the... Oh, hello. You make noise now. Yeah, I got a spot. Nice. Let's grab him. We now have a friendly insect. The noise persists.
Oxygen level is low.
Scan you. Noah's dead body. The last member of the expedition. Well, it said Noah, I can't always protect you, but I'm not Noah. Interesting.
Warning.
Ooh.
Oxygen level is low.
Wreck storage box. Oh, hell yeah. If that's a larger storage box, it's about time they implemented one of them. So we can get inside now. Sure, more bolts. There it is. I believe we may have actually done everything down here now.